Good day, everybody. Sorry for that late start. Got a little tied up with something and took an extra couple of minutes. Hope you're all doing well. We are here in Salvador, Brazil, and we're carrying on our flight around the Atlantic. And we are leaving Brazil today and heading up more to the northeast coast of South America up to French Guiana. So it should be a good flight. The weather down here in Brazil is looking pretty good. A little bit of rain forecast up in the destination, but we'll see how that goes. Flying along with us today is Kevin, and he'll be joining us and testing out his new A320, which I can see he is flying today. No ATC at the moment. We'll see if that changes a little bit later on. We should get some nice view of the coasts and some of the tropical jungle parts of Brazil as well. So let's hop on board and we can start getting the aircraft set up and ready to go. Alright, oh, there's Kevin over there in his LATAM 320. Alright, so we're sitting here. We can get everything up and running. Alright, so cockpit preparations, parking brake is set, preparations are done, ground power is connected, external power is on, batteries 1 and 2 are coming online, and jetway is over. Pop over to the EFB. Let's get this part out of the way first. We have a 14:45 departure time. That's in 43 minutes. Ground services, we have our GPU and our chocks in place. Doors open. And today we have 130 passengers, 2.8 tons of cargo, 12.7 tons of fuel. Flight time is about 3 hours and 20 minutes or so. We're going to load the aircraft. We're going to instant load it. We will get the jetway back. There we go. And I'm doing that because we are going to use, he comes in, same jetway operator at all the airports, I notice. We're going to request our boarding from here.
Boarding requested.
Alright, kill the master caution there. So let's pop up top. We'll get the adheres all going over to nav. Evac sign is set, Captain Purser. Make sure our signs are on. Lights we will set up. Get those overhead panels nice and bright. Same with the bottom one. There we go. And system lights are on nav 1 at the moment. Crew oxygen will come on. Generators 1 and 2 are on and in fault. Packs 1 and 2 are on and in fault.
Do you want to board crew?
And
Passengers boarding started.
cabin and cockpit heat are... I'm going to notch them down a notch. We can do our fire tests. APU. Engine 1, Engine 2 fire tests are done. Icing indicator and standby compass are on, and cargo heat is set to cold. Seal doors are open as everybody is loading into the aircraft. Alright, so let's get our FMC set up. First thing we're going to pop down here to... actually, we're going to come over here, and I'm going to force the final load sheet so that we have that available. We'll go into our AOC menu, messages received. It should be our final load sheet. It is, and that will give us the information to set up in here. Alright, we are good till the 19th, so we got 4 more days on the data before it's out of date. but we are good there. So initialization will request our route. As you can see, SBSV, which is Salvador, Brazil, heading up to Cayenne in French Guiana. UKV 5556 is our flight for today. Flight number, there's our cost index. We're going up to, well, the flight plan said,
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
let me
I'm doing
just
good.
get the information here. The flight plan said flight level 360. And we are heading west, but in South America, apparently they go opposite, so that should be 350. So we're going to set flight level 350 as our cruise. We'll grab our wind information for our climb and descent as it stands right now. Information has been received. We'll clear those messages. And now we can come over here. So we're going to get this information. First of all, our block fuel for today's flight is 12.7 tons of fuel. And if we pop over, we can get our zero fuel weight of 57.3. And we'll go to the next page. Our center of gravity, zero fuel weight is 32. Enter that in, and our reserve fuel is 1.0 tons. There we go. And we can now go to our flight plan. So for our departure today, I'll grab the current weather. And a nice, very short METAR, which is always nice to see. Means it's pretty nice out. So winds are 070 at 9, so we're going to use runway 10. Greater than 10 miles visibility, scattered clouds at 2300. 30 degrees, it's a hot one. I'm going to turn that air down to 1014. So give another notch down on the air. And 1014 is set. Good. So as I mentioned, we're going to be using runway 10 with basically no star. We're going to climb to 2,000 feet and then make the turn to the first waypoint, or no SID, departure off of runway 10. Not sure why it didn't give us a SID. Let's just see if there's any options. Yeah, there actually isn't any options. So we're going with no SID. We'll again manually head out to Eslam. There are SIDs if we go the other way, but not conducive to the direction that we are heading. Now for our arrival, winds currently out at our destination are 110 at 9, so that is going to be favoring the ILS for runway 08. So we're going to do the ILS Yankee at 08. There's a reason for that, because I'm going in via a specific waypoint. We're doing the Aldi 1 Kilo. We'll insert that. But we are going to have to put in a DME arc. So after Aldix, we hit this D167L. And then Kukov. Kukov is the intercept point for the arrival, but we have this D167L. but we actually have to fly a DME arc around for it. And that DME arc will be, I'm just going to quickly do the math here and get the distance. Let's see, so it is going to be 6.6 plus 1.4 plus 3 plus 0.7, 12-mile DME arc. So we're going to program that in. We're going to start at 180. So CYR 18012.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
And that is the one we want. And it is 11595. That is correct. So we'll click that.
Right next to her. Thank you.
That's our point right there that we've put in. No, it's not. Should be before that. Alright, let's see if it works this way. CYR heading a 180, 12 miles. Yep, there it is right there. So it's going to be CYR 19012. This one, that's it. CYR 19012. Of course, we'll probably get there, and this will all be useless. CYR /200/12.
Hello, sir.
Be nice if we can just do a copy paste thing with this. 210. 220. 230. What did I do? CYR 230 at 40 at 12. CYR 250 at 12. And one more. CYR 260 at 12. Insert. And we will clear out that. Yeah, and that gives us our entry point, and we want to be at 2,000 feet here at Kukov. So we're going to come in and make sure that is a hard 2,000 foot restraint. So if we look back down all those points, we should get a nicer descent down. Yeah, nice descent down to 2,000 feet. And then after Kukov at F108 should be 1,700, and that should be a hard 1,700. It is, so that is now all entered in. So if we come over to our plan mode, just to confirm, you can see coming in, we're going to make that arc up, and then we'll intercept the ILS and head in. All right, so that is all nicely set up and good to go for our flight plan. So we can now come to our performance and get our information for there. So bouncing over to our screen, we'll bring up our departure performance. I bring it in. So we are at SBSV, that's Salvador. We're going off of runway 10. It is dry. We'll load in the final load sheet. We'll bring in the weather, and we will calculate. 151, 151, 153. We'll enter that in. 151, 151, 153. I'm sure the temperatures are not helping with those numbers. It's very hot out here. It's going to be a flaps 1 down 0.1. So it's going to be a 1 and down 0.1. We'll put that in there. And our flex temperature, it is calling for a 61 degree flex. And that is now entered in. So that is our performance information. We can accept that. We have our final sheet. That's good. We'll just go over here, accept that. It's resent it. And you can go to the flight plan. Let's get back over here. We don't need this anymore. We will need this. All right, so the FMC is done. The MCDU, we will set up 12. Actually, we'll set it right up to 35,000. We'll be good there. 350 is set. So current altimeter 1014 is set. Cross track transponder is set to 2000. PWS is on. GSC or GCS is on. Fueling, loading, and boarding is complete. So we're going to fire up the APU. Let's go over to 122.8 and just make sure the radios are working. Salvador Terminal, Skyways 5556, radio check.
5x5.
There we go, radios are up and working. And we'll start the APU now. Kevin, how's your setup going over there? I know it's a new airplane for you. Getting fairly quiet out here at Salvador. We are on VATSIM. No ETC up at the moment. We'll see what happens. Sometimes get them popping up in Brazil. Unfortunately, whoever parked this airplane didn't quite get it on the line last time. Alright, we are 100% and everything is available on there, so we'll get the bleed air on. External power is now disconnected. Takeoff data of 151, 153 is set. The chocks and the GPU can be removed.
And Salvador traffic, time 1 Tango, we're at stand 2, pushing start facing east.
FCU is set up. We are managed in 3500 and thing, not Lex. Hello, welcome to the stream. You've joined Aer Lingus Virtual, so I have all the flows in front of me to help. Oh, okay, that's cool. That will be a big help. Flight directors are both on, and radios are up and set, so we're good for our push and start. Now, Kevin said he was getting ready to push. He's probably going to be pushing out and going that way. I'm going to push out and go this way, so that we're both going to be kind of facing the exit off the apron. So beacon lights coming on, we'll get the pumps up and running, and we'll call for our push. Alright, they are pulling away the air bridge, as you can see. And they should be just about ready in the back. They've had enough time.
We're ready to go when you are.
There we go. We're ready for pushback.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know.
There's the wonderful GSX
Departure checks complete.
nose wheel.
Bye bye, spinning
Carry-on
50.
inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers.
That's still a very unfortunate thing. Unfortunately, it has to do with position reporting from the sim and GSX to vPilot, which gets screwed up, unfortunately. Alright. Tug is connected, and we're going to go tail left, nose right.
That once we depart from the gate, you put away any laptop or tablet. Thank you, and welcome aboard. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 5556. Our flight time will be roughly 3 hours and 12 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already,
Salvador Air Traffic Skyways 5556, push and start facing west.
Easy parking brakes,
Cabin crew,
please.
prepare doors for departure, cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all calls.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Alright, we are clear to start, so everything is up, beacons on, fuel pumps are on, ignition mode selected to start, and starting engine at number 2. Where are you taking me? Well, that was a interesting move there, Mr. Tug. Alright, we got engine number 2 starting up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for a safety demonstration.
Kevin's still hooked up to the tug, that's why he's doing the nose stand over there. He'll drop down as soon as the tug unhooks.
And tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire flight as you may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft.
It can.
Familiarize yourself
There,
with
he's
the emergency
disconnected
exits
from it
on this
now.
aircraft. Please refer to the safety card in the
I wish
seat
they'd
back
fix
pocket
it, because
in front
it's kind of annoying seeing all the
Exit
aircraft
right
doing that,
behind you. If you
whoever's
need to
using
evacuate the
GSX,
aircraft, or
but
sliding on the floor to guide you towards the
it
exit.
is what it is.
In the event of a decompression, an
Alright,
oxygen
starting
mask
engine
will
number
drop
1.
in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth, secure the elastic band behind your head, tighten the straps if necessary, and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you to
Wait your confirmation for Rio
In the event that
Gallegos.
the pilot decides to take us for a swim, a fashionable life vest is located in a pouch under your seat.
Alright, looking good.
Buckle at the front. Pull the strap to
There's,
To replace the vest, pull firmly on the red
the
cord
bus is
only
kicking
when
over.
exiting the aircraft.
I think we're
If
pretty
your life
good.
vest does not inflate automatically,
We'll
blow
confirm
into the
good
mouth
engine
for
start.
manual
Enter ground.
inflation.
We have a good
This
engine
vest is
start.
equipped with a
You can
whistle and
disconnect.
light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device.
Alright, so coming up
Once
top,
again, all
generators 1 and
devices
2
must
are
be
both
airplane
on,
mode, and
no
larger devices
faults.
must be turned off and stowed at
Mission
this
mode
time.
selector to
Please
normal.
securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts
Probe
are
heats
fastened,
are
fast
auto.
and tray tables
Wing and
are in
engine
their full
intakes not
upright
required.
position.
Packs 1 and
We
2 are
remind you
both
that this
on,
is a
no
non-smoking
faults.
flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors
Flaps
located
set
in the laboratory
1
is
plus
prohibited
F
by law.
for
All of this
departure.
information can be found in the safety card located
Trim
in
we
the
want
back in front
down
of you.
0.1.
I didn't let a
Unlocking
cabin
you.
member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us.
So
Again, we
trim
hope you
down
enjoy.
0.1. There's full left, full right, neutral. There's gear unlocked, full forward, full back, neutral, and left rudder, right rudder, neutral.
Tow track disconnected.
Flight controls are
Bypass
good.
Indian.
APU bleeds off, APU
Left
off.
is clear. Right is clear.
FCP is set. Engine instruments are checked, all green. Turn on the tiller. Nose lights coming on. And auto brake set to max. Hello, Maria. How are you today? Salvador area traffic, Skyways 5556, taxiing runway 01 from the apron, Juliet 1, Charlie, holding short 10. I guess it's 01 there. 10 I meant. Alright, brakes released. Let's head out to the runway.
Salvador traffic, when I tango is following the Skyways, clear recorded by Charlie 10, taxi 331.
Not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. It's nice to see spring has finally arrived where I am, and it's nice and sunny out. So really enjoying the good weather. We're going to head right down to the end. It's only a 9,000 foot runway, and it is stinking hot out here. I believe it was 30 degrees. So we're going to taxi to the whole point. We're going to take Bravo when we go to use the whole thing. Okay, so we are at the runway. V speeds confirmed, 151, 153. FCP is set, nav data is checked, radios are set. Nose lights to take off, strobe lights are coming on, runway turn off
Cabin
lights
is ready for takeoff.
on, cabin is ready to go, as you just heard. Landing lights are on, transponder to mode C, TCAS, TARA, weather radar systems are on. Clock is confirmed, 1430 Zulu, and runways identified. Salvador area traffic, Skyways 5556, taking position, runway 10. As I said, we'll use Bravo here, get right down to the end. So as we roll out, since it's such a short distance, we're good. We'll arm the ground spoilers and TO config. We are good. No blue. Wind's almost right down the runway, which is pretty good. All right. We're lined up. Engine's up to 40%. Clock is running. Salvador air traffic skyways 5556 departing runway 10, left turn departure to the northwest. Brakes released. Takeoff power set. Manflex 61 degrees SRS runway and auto thrust blue. It's 100 knots.
Salvador traffic, time 19 Tango, SX 010, holding position for direct traffic.
You can see with that hot 30-degree temperatures here, we need a higher speed to get going. And there's V1 rotate, using the whole runway since we're paying for it. There's positive rate, gear up. Speed brakes disarm, there's the town. Autopilot on. Once we're above 1540, we'll make the turn. There's 1540, direct Elsum. Thrust climb set. Well, we had 26 here yesterday in the Toronto area, which was nice. Considering just about a week and a half ago we had freezing rain and snow. So yeah, she is getting nice and warm out. I think today they're calling for 22 today. 21 tomorrow, so nice temperatures, nice weather. Oh, go away, side stick fault. I don't have a side stick fault. That's another thing I hope they fix, that random thing that pops up there. Alright, we're accelerating. SB coming up.
Time 19 Tango, it's rolling runway 10 on the Airbus 1 out departure.
24, yeah. Beautiful weather. That's right around where I like it. That 21 to 25 in there is very nice. More than that, it starts getting a little sticky, but I prefer that to the cold. So we're basically going to be heading inland from here. And we'll get some more coastal shots when we get a little bit further up. But we're going to be cutting across the northeast corner of Brazil. Alright, we're through S speed, so flaps coming up. Or slats coming up. Now what? Oh, stop it. Alright. We're now at our low altitude climb speed. 250 knots, so we're going into a nice steep climb. So as we settle into that, let's do our check. So positive rate, we have our gear up. Autopilot is engaged. We are managed speed, managed heading, and managed altitude. Flaps are retracted. Ground spoilers are disarmed. We'll switch over to standard pressure now as we're going straight through. Turn off lights, take off light, or taxi lights. And that's good. That should be armed. we're looking good. Turn off Roger's EFB. It's 8,000 feet coming up. Hey, Beluga, long time. How are you doing? It's 9,000 feet, 10,000. We can do the passing 10,000 checks. There's 10,000 feet, so landing lights will come off and seatbelt signs will come off as well. Not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Gonna be enjoying the weekend.
10,000 feet, you may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near the lavatory.
So there's the city departing off to the back end there as we
The flight crew has turned off the fasten
head
seatbelt
inland.
sign. You can have it up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when seated in case of unexpected turbulence.
So the cabin crew will start getting the food and drinks ready to go. It is about a 3-hour and 20-minute flight. There we go. See our route there. So we are, for tomorrow, just a little bit of scheduling. Beluga, a good A321? No, not yet. I'm not sure if anyone's actually making one. I know there's a couple that are out there, but I'm not seeing a good one yet. So as I was saying, for tomorrow, we are going to be flying a little bit earlier than normal. I have something I have to do in the mid to late afternoon. So it's going to be our next leg in the Formula One 2023 support series. We're flying the 747 freighter. We'll be flying from Kuala Lumpur up to Baku in Azerbaijan, because of course the Azerbaijan Grand Prix is coming up. So that will be happening tomorrow. The stream will start at 10:00 hours Zulu. It's an early start for me, but got to get it in before I go out. So 10:00 hours tomorrow for that. That's an 8.5 hour flight time. So as I've been doing on these longer cargo runs, we'll be streaming the setup, briefing, departure, and climb to cruise. Once we're in cruise, we'll end the stream, and then about 7.5 hours or so after that, we'll come back. When I'm about 80 miles from top of descent, I'll start the stream again, and we'll do the briefing and our descent and everything into Azerbaijan. So that is tomorrow. There'll be no stream on Monday. Unfortunately, there'll be no world tour on Monday. I have to go out of town. Not Lex. Both. Well, it's the Asobo one with the Salty mod. So yes, I'll be running the Salty mod 7478 for that flight. And it handles well. Still have a little bit of issues sometimes with the ILS capture. I think you have to be pretty much within about a 10 to 15 degree on track for the localizer to capture properly. But other than that, it's not too bad. So that's what I'm using for our Formula One support series. So that's working pretty well. And we'll do that. And then next week, the rest of the week, our schedule should be good. I should be running Fly 2 on Tuesday, when we're flying back from Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt back to Manchester. Wednesday will be the second flight of our U.S. Capitals tour, we're going to be leaving Concord, New Hampshire, and heading to a new state capital. And then Friday, we'll be back for our Aurora flight, flying back to our Vancouver base from Quebec City. Saturday will be the next leg in our round the world tour, if everything my schedule holds. We'll see how that goes. And then of course Sunday, I'm not sure if we'll be doing the next leg of the F1 or if we're going to have a break and we'll be back in the DHL cargo, continuing on with that routing. We're somewhere in Southeast Asia right now with that one. It's kind of parked up, waiting for the next flight, so we'll check in on that. So that's the schedule for the week. Of course, bear in mind, for the first couple weeks in May, I will be out of the country. And so I'll have some videos going up during the time I'm away, but there'll be no live streams, obviously, as I will be gone for the first half of May. Hello, Norris. All right. Well, we're through 20,000 feet. Everything is looking good in our beautiful A320. The FENIX A320. Kevin's back here behind us somewhere. And just to do another quick check on the weather, currently we have winds 070 at 8, a little bit of cloud coming in, thunderstorms in the area, and it looks like we may get some rain. So it looks like we got thermal driven thunderstorms going on, so that could turn a little bit interesting as well. Alright, so as we pass through 23,000 feet, let's get the map up so everyone can see where we're going as we start to get set up and ready to settle in. So we'll get our in-flight map. Trying to grab it here. There we go. Get rid of that. So there we are. And we're cutting across, and then I'm going to be heading up to the coast. Alright, everything is looking good. I think we're good to leave it for now. We've got a little bit of time before we run in, so I'm going to give you some entertainment. Let's go with, what side do we want to be looking out of? Let's go to this side. We'll see the coast come in. So I'll bring up the entertainment. Sit back, relax. You can avail yourself of the menu and enjoy the treats that we have on board. I'll be back on the mic when it's time to brief for the arrival. You may hear me if ATC comes online as well, and other than that, let's enjoy, have a good flight, and I'll be in the chat.
salute. Remember that curiosity killed the cat.
What is it, officer?
Man escaped from state prison, ma'am. This is just routine. Who are you and where have you been?
Oh, my name's Matson. Laura Matson. This is my husband, John. We've been to a party at Pritchard's Point. I'm afraid he overdid it.
May I check your driver's license, please?
Yes, good.
What about your husband's?
Well, that's why I'm playing chauffeur. His license was suspended. Drunk driving.
Well, there's no need to bother him. He's had enough trouble for one night without waking up and staring into the badge of an officer. Very sorry to have inconvenienced you.
Well, that's quite all right.
Scare off visitors?
He served his purpose.
Yeah, I guess everybody does.
Julian, put the car away, will you? Is Paul waiting?
Been in there chewing up the carpet for 2 hours. Any trouble?
No. Joey Faust, this is Julian.
I've seen him before in a police bulletin. Well, I was beginning to worry.
Major Crenner, may I present Joey Faust?
Major, does that surprise you, Mr. Faust? It's for real? What army? Well, there have been several. Take your choice. Please, Mr. Faust. It's lovely. What is it? It's only a bit of shrapnel. It's a keepsake.
That piece of shrapnel ended the Major's military career.
That will be all right. You did well, my dear. Now run along and freshen up while Mr. Faust and I discuss business.
You'll excuse me? Major.
Go ahead. Take off the coat if you wish. I know you'd like an explanation. Why didn't you set up the brake? Oh, I can use you. You have got a reputation in the underworld as somewhat of a genius when it comes to opening safes and vaults.
They must have dug that shrapnel out of your head. What kind of an idiot are you, Crenner? I can't poke my nose through a bank door without getting it blown off. Every newspaper in the country's got my picture.
You're bitter, Faust. Mean and bitter. You trust no one and you hate everyone. You're the kind of man I need and understand.
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and
What do you know about me? You couldn't have gotten out of any newspaper.
Well, I checked closely in all the
Premium
people
drinks are available for a small charge.
I know about the wine
If you
that
wish to
turned you
make an
in,
additional purchase,
and the
please note
child
that we
you've
only
never been
accept
allowed to
credit
see.
I may owe you something. But if you ever mention my daughter's name again, you'll have another hole in your head, I promise you.
if you wish. Mr. Fast? Yes, your background explains your behavior. Now, we're conducting experiments requiring fissionable materials. You'll procure them for us. Oh, you'll be well paid.
That's atom bomb stuff. The government has that locked up tighter than Fort Knox.
Precisely.
Include me a long way out, chum.
You're hardly in a position to bargain, Mr. Faust.
A man with a gun doesn't have to bargain.
True. I'm certain Julia would disagree with you on that.
You know what one of these bullets will do, son? It'll rip out your spine and roll it up like a ball of string.
What's the score, Crunner?
You'll work for us faithfully, or you'll be turned over to the authorities. I understand there's a reward of $5,000 on your head.
And just what are these authorities going to say about your part in the break?
Police need know nothing of my part in the escape. You see, they'll also pay $5,000 for a dead Faust.
What do you want?
That'll be all for now, Julia. Come along to the laboratory.
You got a lab here?
Oh, yes. We're completely equipped for our experiments. I made an extensive search before selecting this ranch as an operational base. As you can see, this is quite a serious business. Dr. Ulov, come here.
Yes, Major Greenland.
Dr. Peter Ulov, Mr. Faust. Mr. Faust is joining us. He'll be supplying you with the vital materials. Dr. Ulov is an eminent nuclear scientist. Would you prepare one of your subjects for the ray treatment, Doctor? We must impress Mr. Faust with the end result of your highly acclaimed scientific labors.
Ulov. I've heard the name.
Oh, undoubtedly you have. I was quite fortunate in convincing him to continue his work here for me. Now, this ball is of lead, 2 inches thick. It contains our radioactive materials. Doctor, I told you to move this. Well, the ray could penetrate this lead like butter, and the whole countryside would go up in a mushroom cloud.
There is so much. What?
Well, you have to change it. Are you ready for the demonstration?
I am ready.
Crunner. I agreed to do your dirty work for you, but I got to know what's going on.
Dr. Ulov would be glad to explain. Doctor?
This is the principle of X-ray that goes further. X-ray pierces only the outer shell of the body to show what lies beneath. This ray neutralizes all tissue and bone structure in the body. This machine utilizes X-ray, alpha, beta, and omega rays and ultraviolets, combining them for best effect and filtering out qualities which would hinder our operations.
Yeah. It'll seem more simple to you after you see what goes on.
Why are you so worried about this box?
Well, even a lead shield doesn't cut off all rays. It simply strains a considerable portion. Still gets through.
Any accidental concentration of rays from this apparatus could set up a chain reaction in the materials involved. A nuclear fission could result.
Doctor?
Prove to yourself it is done with merit.
You see? I touch it. Does me no harm. You'll have any doubts, Mr. Fast? No doubts. You can return the animal to visibility, Doctor.
Hey, what happens to the guinea pig?
Cool off has perfected the ray to the point there's no danger to the subject. No ill effects at all. Figures unharmed. Your curiosity, Mr. Fox? As you could no doubt deduce, such a mechanism as this has unlimited possibilities.
Yeah, like what?
Well, that'll come later. First things first, please. See? No harm done at all. Perfectly healthy. I imagine you've seen enough for one day. You certainly must be tired after your trip.
Yeah, could use a little sleep.
I'm sure Julia's found some clothes that'll fit you.
What is in here?
It's no concern of yours. Come on, Mr. Faust. I shouldn't be down long. Leave the gate open and I'll lock when I get back. I don't think you need to be cautious about Faust. He's dangerous. Locks mean nothing to him, so I want you to where you can watch his door at all times. Keep him in his room, understand? You won't go nowhere, all right?
Pull up. Dr. Ulo.
You want up here?
Take it easy, Doc. I just came up to see you. But maybe they had you locked up in there.
Not I. Only what's left of my soul.
Came to get some answers. You seem about the only one around here who isn't a member of Krenner's fan club.
I have nothing to say. I'm a servant. Major Krenner does my thinking for me.
What's he got on you, Doc?
Why do you ask me these things?
So I can get some answers. How'd you get mixed up in this?
My daughter. He's holding her.
In that cheese box? Well, open it up. Let her out.
Please, Mr. Faust, I do not joke. Not about my daughter.
All right, Doc. Start at the beginning. How'd you get over here?
At the end of the Second World War, I fled my own country with my baby daughter. My wife had died of experiments. I had been forced to perform on her in a concentration camp.
Your own wife?
All my patients wore hoods. I couldn't see their faces. I didn't know my wife was one of them until it was too late.
Well, that still doesn't explain how you got here.
I came to this country as a refugee. No one knew I was a scientist, except spies like Krenner. After my wife died, I wanted no more of science. But Krenner forced me to come here.
Use your daughter?
If I do not do as I'm told, she will be killed. If I carry out their orders, she has security. I have only a few more months to live. But Krenner has seen to it that she will be provided for.
You don't think he's going to keep that promise, do you?
What choice have I? Soon I'll be dead. But my daughter's life is at stake. You have indicated that you could open it.
Not now, Doc. I got problems.
Please, Mr. Faust, release my daughter and take her to some safe place.
Knock it off, Doc. I got my own trouble.
Then you can't open it.
I could open that thing blindfolded. Like a little psychologist, aren't you, Doc?
That's good reasoning. Downstairs, Faust. And please try not to be amusing. Good night, Dr. Ulo.
What's next, Matahari? You gonna shoot me?
Krenner probably will when he gets back. He doesn't appreciate his loyalty.
Julian's a loyal type. All it got him was a lump in the head.
He's still out. I couldn't bring him around. What's so humorous?
For a dame that's supposed to be so greedy, you don't know a thing about playing a whole card.
Oh?
Ever think how much that ray would be worth to a guy who wanted to rob a bank? With that thing, I could get into every vault in the country in broad daylight.
Dream on, Buster. sounds pretty.
Of course, to take on jobs like that, a fella'd have to have a little help. Now, splitting the take of a few of those would pay you a lot more than Krenner will ever give you in a lifetime.
He needs background music for this commercial. Full orchestra and violins.
Don't believe me. Don't be a gambler.
Should I gamble on having my throat slit by Krenner or being shot by you?
Well, honey, that's a chance you'd have to take. Just like the risk I run every time I get onto that ray.
Well, if you don't take a chance, you never know. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks, Julian. He was trying to make a deal. You must have heard what he said. He was talking a double cross.
Yeah, I heard him. Sounded like you were listening awful close, too.
Keep quiet about this, Julian. Keep quiet and I'll help you. You know that Krenner's going to blame you for letting him out of his room. We've got to help each other now. Help.
Let's get in the room. Go ahead. Coming. I'm coming. Open the door. What happened? Where were you?
I was getting a broom. Want to sweep up that bottle I dropped.
I told you not to take your eyes off the fast door.
Oh, him, he's out cold. I went in and picked up the bottle. Figured you didn't want him nipping in the morning when he wakes up.
You did right. He's got to be sober. Good night.
Night.
What'd you do that for? Save your own skin.
This idea of yours does interest me. I figure you need me more than I need you. I thought you were up in the lab. What was that for?
Don't try it. Don't even think about it. Julian told me about your talk with Faust.
I didn't make any deal?
No, not yet, but I know you. My memory is too good. I remember our other deals. You don't think I gave you enough of a share, do you?
What are you talking about? What could I possibly have in common with Faust? He's a hood.
Just the type you go for. Laura, I don't care what you do with your life, but when it interferes with my plans, I draw the line. That's the dot on the I. Lay off the vodka. I want you ready when I need you.
If you will relax, Mr. Faust, there will be no pain. You may lose consciousness for a few moments after you become invisible, but there should be no avail effect.
How do you know it'll work on you? Do you know what'll happen?
We made hundreds of such experiments. There can be no slip-up.
Come on, Doctor, we don't have all night.
pulse is quite rapid, but that is to be expected.
Why is he breathing like that?
There may be shock.
Faust, can you hear me? Can you speak? Faust, try to sit up. He stopped breathing. Well, do something.
He's gone.
What?
It's Faust. He's here.
Faust, answer me. You... Faust, listen to me. You'll remain invisible till I want to return it off. So you're...
If I choke you hard enough, you'll bring me back. Just showing you how badly you need me. And my loyalty costs money.
I told you we'd be well paid.
You neglected one thing, chum. How much?
$1,000. $1,000 every time you do a job.
Brenner, if I'm going to be hit, I want money. Lots of money.
Oh, what do you expect? I can't pay that.
Oh, yes, you can, Major. I'm sure you can. Shall we talk it over in private? Downstairs? Over here, Major. I'm waiting. After you, Major.
So you don't think 1,000 is enough?
You're a real case, Major. You think everyone's supposed to jump when you open your big fat mouth, but you forgot one thing.
Forgot what?
You gotta have me, chum. Now, whatever you're up to, I'm worth plenty to you, or you wouldn't have gone to all that trouble of bringing me out. You're a dead duck without me.
What do you have in mind?
Well, walking into that nuclear vault's worth about 25 grand. Just a little air in here.
25 grand? You're mad. I don't have that kind of money.
Then you do the job, Major. That's the figure. 25 grand in small bills. COD, take it or leave it.
All right. You'll go tonight. Floral Drive.
just thought I heard something.
Back in 10 minutes now. Gotta check the other post.
You didn't see anyone during all this?
No, sir. I heard a clicking noise like wheel on the vault was turning, and I told him about it, but neither one of us saw anything.
That's right, there was nothing when I started to check the other guard post. Then what?
Well, I turned around, and the vault door was open all by itself. And I got up to check it, and I pulled my gun, and something was all over me, and then the next thing I know, I'm waking up.
What about the alarm panel? When did it get wrecked?
I don't know, Mr. Drake. It was okay when I came on duty. It couldn't have happened while I was checking posts, or he'd have noticed anyone tampering with it. It's set up with each of us covering the other.
Yes, but it's quite obvious neither one of you were covering the other. In fact, there was no coverage at all.
All right, Doctor. What was it you wanted to tell me about the guinea pig?
It was only a matter of time. It died despite of resistance it was developing against radiation. What about fast? It's too early to tell. But each time it will take longer to reduce the invisibility, less to return him to normal states. He will also develop resistance.
What about the new material, the X-13?
I need more time to study it. Its properties are different from other nuclear materials. I do not like keeping it here. Its bombardment ratio is also much lower.
You're afraid of an explosion?
Yes.
We'll use the X-13 on Faust.
It could mean his death.
Doctor, I'm not concerned with the welfare of one man. I must know the full potential of your invention. Because my aim is to make an entire army invisible. You understand? An entire army.
I did not agree to kill a man by deliberate radiation poisoning.
You're too old-fashioned to be a genius. You scientists have brought the world to what it is today. You can hardly blame me for taking advantage of your discoveries.
Faust may already suffer from poisoning, but it's curable. X-13 will put it beyond that point. I will not use it on a human.
No. If you have an alternative, Doctor, I'd be very happy to discuss it with you.
Oh, that ray is something every cheap safecracker in the country's been dreaming of. Too bad the doc didn't invent it years ago for the right people. Wouldn't be cooped up here now.
You better lay off the giggle water. He can't use you drunk, you know.
If it's a case of my using him, now come on with a drink. Oh, I could have walked into that vault in broad daylight and done the same thing. So easy, I felt like I was taking Prender's money away from him.
Interesting thought, Faust. This time you do it the hard way. In daylight.
Well, through with me so soon, huh? Gonna get me killed off.
Oh, no, not at all. But I've learned that security has been tripled on the vaults during the night shift. 6 men. But it hasn't been strengthened during the day.
Just where do you get these gems?
He has sources. You better believe it.
One more haul, we'll have enough for our present supply. You won't need this, we're ready in the lab.
get away with this broad daylight, Joey? Why don't you stop running Krenner's errands? Let's not get any more involved.
Don't get emotional, baby. You're nice as a playmate. Let's keep it that way. Let's understand that.
Well, they may not see you, but they're bound to see the lead container when you try to get it out.
Got it all wrong, honey. Today's the day we take the bank.
In broad daylight, you're crazy.
You're talking to a professional, remember? I don't have to worry about time locks or anything like that. Just walk in, pack up the loose cash, and walk out, and you, sweetheart, are going to be waiting for me. Oh, don't even say it. Haircut will be 40%.
I'll have to climb out.
Thank you very much for your cooperation, miss.
I always hope it does some good.
I'm sure it will.
Security.
Good day now.
It is. How long ago? Okay. Guess we can't stop it now. Story's out. The reporter was at the police station when the alarm came in.
Well, there's no doubt it was Faust. Everyone at the bank's identified him.
Well, what can we do? The man makes himself invisible. Locks mean nothing to him. If he did take the X-13, what defense do we have against him?
Nothing. None.
If I can just get down to Eula. I can't get back to the house till I'm invisible.
Police report the so-called invisible man who robbed the Coatesville National Bank has been identified as Joey Faust, escaped convict and safecracker. Witnesses said the robber became visible before their eyes. Citizens are warned.
Oh, he's got to come back, and that tramp, too. I'll teach them to double-cross me. Take my bags outside and then watch for them. Right.
I know some people in Mexico. We can go there and start all over again. I know what I've been, Joey, but I can change all that. What are you doing?
Giving you your split. You're on your own, baby.
But you said we'd be together.
Honey, right now I need a car more than I need you. So you can start walking anytime.
But you just can't go off and leave me. Joey!
Goodbye, Laura.
We'll leave everything except the nuclear materials. Please catch files and hear a story. They'll be all over us.
I will not.
What?
I've been running away most of my life.
Doctor, there's something wrong with your formula, but we'll work it out in a new location. An invisible army is worth billions.
An army of dead men, Major.
I'm taking Marie with me. I'm sure he'll come along. No. Marie, my dear.
Doc, what's wrong? Why do I keep appearing and disappearing?
I don't know. I needed more time to study the X-13 before trying it out on you.
Oh, fine. Well, you're gonna do something about it. I've got to be normal, and you're gonna take care of it.
I will, but not in this place.
Oh, why not? I got him locked up.
I want to be taken away from here, my daughter and I. Only then I will treat you. But...
All right, let's blow out of here. Forget something?
Where's Faust?
She's in the house.
Major knows all about you, Miss Faust. Said you'd be back. Inside. Come on down, Faust.
Put that thing down.
I take my orders from the Major. I have to.
The Major?
Let me. Julian, you believe what he told you about your son being alive in prison and in Europe?
Yes, I do.
You're a fool. His son's dead, Julian. Krenner's been using you all along.
She's right. We had to come back. Come on. I told you to hit the road. It was for your own good.
But Joey, please, please give me a chance.
Sweetheart, you had your chance. Here.
Joey!
All right, come on. Come on, Judy.
Do you know what Krenner is after? A process so an invisible army can invade your country.
I don't care about Krenner or his army. I care about me.
The whole business is futile. Krenner has found me before. He'll find me again.
I've got money. I know places across the border he never heard of. Now, how long are these treatments going to take?
You may someday be declared a martyr, Mr. Faust. A man who sacrificed himself so that the invisible army might work over in your country.
What are you trying to pull? You want it out of here. I made a deal with you. Now you cross me and I'll kill you.
I'm a dying man, Mr. Faust. Radiation poisoning. You died too. You're worse off than I.
You're lying.
You have only weeks, perhaps days to live.
You used me just to get away from Krenner.
To free Maria. I had no choice. Come on. Are you so intent upon evading the police for a few remaining days? Don't you care what Krenner is doing to your country?
Why should I care? What did my country ever do for me but try and bury me in a concrete tomb for the rest of my life?
I'm thinking of my child. You should think of yours. Perhaps you deserve prison. But did Maria deserve what has happened to her? Did her mother need to die? Is this the kind of world you want for your child? That is what an invisible army will bring. I've seen it.
How much longer I got?
A month. No more.
it for me.
There is a man who has unlocked every door except the one to his own soul. Now he has the key. Come, my dear. We must find a telephone and notify the police.
Reagan Smith, security.
Sorry, I got my orders. No one enters this area. Too much fallout for safety.
All right, officer. Just a minute. Well, Doctor, you and your friends have succeeded in blowing up half the county. There isn't enough left out there to make ashes.
I'm deeply sorry, of course. But as I told you before, I didn't do anything by choice. I warned Major Brenner of the danger involved. But you must realize his was a deranged mind. All he could think of was the creating of an invisible army and the powers that the force would give him.
You know, Doctor, this idea of an invisible army is quite interesting. Imagine what our counterintelligence could accomplish if they were able to become invisible whenever necessary.
The Central Intelligence Agency has already discussed the possibilities with me. But my friend, think of the danger if the secret were stolen from us. It has happened before, you know. Perhaps it would be better if we Let the secret die with Major Krenner and Joy Faust. It's a serious problem. What would you do?
something. All right, young fellow.
a sick baby on board. Well, Dick's that kind of a guy. There ain't another guy who could make it. He hasn't made it yet. Oh, he's been in tougher spots than this. You know that. I ain't worried. Any guy that makes a late parachute jumps like you do hasn't got sense enough to be worried. On the control. With lace curtains on the windows? I got 10 bucks that she looks like a ham sandwich. Hey, buddy, pass the sugar. Hey! What's the idea of that?
Compliments from the ham sandwich. Ham sandwich, eh? I'll take that $10 bet.
Let me have a napkin, Mary.
Oh, what happened?
Nothing. A fresh cup of coffee.
I said I'd take that bet.
Hey, Carter wants us to go over to the hangar tomorrow and take a look at those two ships he's going to sell to the Russians.
You're not trying to change the subject, are you?
I said Carter wants us to come over to the hangar tomorrow and look at those two ships he's going to sell to the Russians.
Okay, we'll go over to the hangar tomorrow and look at those ships.
Looks like you're going over to a hangar, look at some ships.
That thing's on there I've never seen in a plane before.
Would you like to fly it?
I sure would.
Why can't you? Can you get out of your contract with Consolidated?
No, have to fly their transports for the next 6 months.
I'll say he does. Frankly, took the President of the United States to get permission for him to fly our ship in the Stanley Trophy race.
Well, how's it coming?
Fastest thing around. This guy in the cockpit. Say, we gotta get back there.
Yeah. Thanks, Carter, for the offer.
Well, think it over. I'm giving a little informal party tonight for the boys up in my place. Sort of a send-off before the race. I'll expect you boys up.
Thanks, but
we'll be there.
So long.
So long, Carter.
So long.
Edwards. I'm glad to see you again.
Major, I'd like you to know Dick Bennett.
How do you do, Major? Pleasure, Mr. Bennett. It's a pleasure, I'm sure.
What do you have?
Oh, a Scotch and soda, please. I don't care for anything, thank you.
Bring me a glass of water.
Edwards, I ever tell you...
Yes, Major, you did.
I did. Yes, you did. Well, Bennett hasn't heard it. When I was in the Philippines...
Major, I told him that.
Yeah, that's
Oh, thanks.
Oh, Carter. Show Dick your view from the terrace.
Yes, come on.
Hey, shoot it, Major. You don't know what I got you out of when I got you out of the Philippines. I can imagine.
Who is that with Bill Edwards?
That's Dick Bennett.
And who may he be?
Don't you read the papers?
Pardon me, boys. I'll be with you in a minute.
Right. Hey, that's a nice place Carter has here. Sure is. Nice party, too. Hey, look out, Dick. You'll get dizzy up so high. You're right. That's too much altitude for me.
Hello, William.
Bill to you. How are you? Miss Van Every, meet Dick Bennett.
How do you do, Mr. Bennett?
Dick's gonna pilot my ship in the Stanley Trophy race.
Congratulations. I've been reading about it.
Say, how about a drink? Come on, Dick, let's get a drink.
Thanks, I'd love it.
You would?
The Baron is going to fly my plane
Which one?
with a special job.
How do you like it?
Very much indeed.
You're going to have a lot of stiff competition.
Well, I always welcome competition in everything. Hello, Gail.
Hello, Lyle. I want you to know Baron Hager.
How do you do, Baron? How do you do? Say, I'm in the break. I've got to sing a tune. I hope you'll bear with me.
Hello, darling. Hello, Jean. Miss Van Avery, I want you to know Baron Hager. How do you do? Don't miss this Baron.
Excuse me.
Jack, introduce me to those two men.
Dick?
Yes, Dick. And the other one.
That was bad.
Come on, let's get out of here before they see us. I don't mind being seen. Come on, let's get out of here.
You're an old heartbreaker.
Well, never had much success with you.
Dick. Miss Strong, Dick Bennett.
How do you do, Miss Strong?
How do you do?
And this is Bill Edwards.
I didn't quite catch the name.
Strong. My compliments. It was splendid of you bringing that child from the storm last night.
It wasn't anything, just a routine flight. I phoned this morning. The little girl's going to be all right.
I'm awfully glad.
Would you join us?
Thank you.
Can I get you something?
No, not now.
Sit down, Dick. I'm going to mix one.
It's strong, Apple. The older you think. Nice out here, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, it's the prettiest penthouse in New York. Oh, that's Lyle's new song. You'll like it.
I don't carry military weapons, but I'm stepping mighty high. Every season, you're the reason I am in love, and in a very military manner. I am marking time, 'cause I know that I'm first in line in the grand old army of lovers who are marching to you. Marking time, 'cause you know that I'm lost in charms when I do the shoulder arms with you in the Lover's Review. I drill myself on love technique so I can be at ease instead of at attention, 'cause you know, my dear, I aim to please. Marking time, and at my first chance I'll salute you, because I'm fired with romance, and I've gotta have, and I've gotta have, and I've gotta have you.
Me, myself, and I are all in love with you.
Oh, do you sing?
No, I'm a dancer.
So I suspect.
Lyle, play for me, will you?
Delightful.
Thank you so much. And you, Mr.
Edwards.
Oh, yes. Did you like it?
I think you speak pretty fair.
That's very generous of you. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
You didn't care for my dance.
Not particularly.
Is there anything you do care for in particular?
Not particularly.
Would you mind getting me a glass of water?
How long has this been going on?
Second round.
Men have practically engaged.
Thank you. I like your friend Dick Bennett.
You mean old Chatterbox?
He is rather quiet, isn't he?
And he speaks with plainness. When he talks, he really says something.
Well, you know the old saying, better to remain silent and thought a fool than to talk and remove all doubt. Oh, sit down. Just out of curiosity, why do you disapprove of me?
Well, I don't like people who go to Europe and toss their money around like it was confetti.
It's my money, I can do what I like with it.
Oh, sure, that's your privilege. It's the old routine. Fast horses, fast cars, and now fast planes.
I happen to be interested in aviation.
You're only interested in owning a plane. You don't care whether it's safer, more reliable, or faster. Oh, no. You own a ship, and yet you haven't got what it takes to fly it.
Meaning nerve?
Meaning nerve. You know, when I was a kid, there were two kinds of girls. Those that would jump off the barn and those that wouldn't. Personally, I prefer those that would.
And you think I wouldn't?
Why don't we bury the hatchet?
Where, in my neck?
Hey, you forgot your water. Hiya, gents. Hey, I got that supercharger installed. Supercharger? Yes, I've got the usual double supercharger, but I've added an exhaust-driven turbo supercharger. Hey, how long's that kiddie car gonna be parked in here?
I don't know, till after the races, I guess. I've had a couple of talks with the young lady. She's all right.
Oh, she is.
Say, Pokey, did you check the carburetors on my ship? Yeah, it wasn't the carburetors, it was the magnetos. Say, what kind of mechanics they got out there in Kansas City anyway?
Squatters like you.
Yeah. What?
What's wrong with it? Looks all right to me. Looks like a banana split with marshmallows to me.
Hello, Pokey.
Oh, how do you do, Miss Strong?
This is the great Mr. Pokey, who scares everybody half to death with his daily parachute jump.
Oh, now, Miss Strong, my real name is Henry Wadsworth Schultz.
Mr. Schultz, someday you will wait too long before you pull that cork, my friend.
Oh, Dick. This is Dick Bennett.
We met last night.
Well, this is Bill.
Yes, we've also met.
Excuse me, I will look at the plane.
You must have learned your heel clicking in Peoria.
Oh, no. I picked that up when I was presented at court.
Court? Who bailed you out?
Ha! One for the lady.
Bill, this is assuming the proportions of a Kentucky feud.
Yeah, cut it out, will you, Bill? Hand me that wrench.
Oh, oui, monsieur. Avec plaisir.
Glad to have seen you again, Mr. Bennett.
Is that a nice way to talk to a lady?
Ah, forget it. Get back to work.
No, sir, not me. This is my hour off for my music lesson. I'm going up in the clouds in my little umbrella where the atmosphere is not so sizzling. Why don't you try one of these jumps? It might jar some of that sarcasm out of you. Your marksmanship's bad, too.
Where's old Oyster McCoyster now? That son of a gun's had everybody scared to death for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Ought to make a swell feature for the Sunday edition.
Yeah. That screwball gets a kick out of taking your liver and shoving it right up in your throat when you're watching him. He's supposed to dump over a bag of flowers he pulls, so I can keep on snapping him on the way down before he pulls the cord.
Same old maniac.
One of these days they're gonna dig him out of the ground. Better make him cut it out after the meet. He's too good a mechanic to be doing that sort of thing.
My daily supply of goose flesh. I never miss seeing the little boy jump off the barn.
Yes, it does take a little intestinal fortitude to dive off the wing of a plane at 15,000 feet, doesn't it?
Yes, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
There he goes.
Look at that guy's sail.
Come on, Pokey. Open up, you crazy fool.
Got 600 feet between him and the ground when he pulled that string. I'm a wreck.
Well, he can have all he wants of it.
What's the matter with Pokey? Trying to commit suicide? 4 seconds more and we'd have to pick him up with a sponge.
I love to watch him, but it's unfair to organized spectators.
Say, I'm Morgan of the Daily Review.
Review? Oh, I'm Henry Wadsworth Schultz. Will you drape that shooter around your neck, Pokey?
How long you been making these jumps?
Oh, well, when I was a little boy,
Yeah,
we know. You fell on your head.
Why'd you take up parachute jumping?
Oh, well, I've always wanted to be
Hold
a
this
parachute.
just
a little bit. There you are.
How'd you feel after your first jump?
Oh, it's... You kind of hold your head at this angle. There, just like this. There you are.
Well, wait a minute. Hold your horses. Miss Strong. Well, gee, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you.
Hello, folks.
Hello. Bill isn't here.
No, I know. I came to see you.
You did?
Uh-huh.
Well, can I offer you anything?
Got any more of that?
Well, sure. You want some?
Why not?
I don't know. There you are.
Thank you.
That's Bill.
Yes, I know.
Great guy. You know, Bill's happy about you.
He has a funny way of showing it.
Well, that's just his way. If he didn't like you, he'd be nice as pie to you.
Well, that's an original idea anyway. How's the plane, Pokey?
Oh, the plane. Gee, it's swell. It's a Lulu.
Where's the money coming from?
Well, you know, Bill and Dick got every cent they own in the world in that plane, and I have too. I cashed my last Liberty Bond the other day. You know, Bill's got at least a half a dozen of his own gadgets on that plane, and they're going to revolutionize airplane building if they work out.
If they work out.
Everything Bill's got, he's had to fight for. He's had to scrimp and save and fight and bully and bluff to get that airplane together.
I think I'm beginning to understand him a little. I love you, Bill. Well, who's that?
Well, that's Bill's sister.
Oh, isn't she pretty? Have you any pictures of yourself, Pokey?
Oh, sure. Millions of them. Here. Oh, gee, excuse me. I'm sorry about the chaise lounge. You see, that's where I sleep when Dick's here.
Now, don't mind me. Come on, let's see the pictures.
Yeah, sure. Here you are.
That's me, right when I landed in the middle of a herd of wild bulls.
What for?
Well, it just seemed to be the thing to do at the time.
Well, here's a parachute on water. Where are you?
I'm 6 feet under the parachute. How in the world did that get in there?
Oh, it takes a lot of fortitude to jump, doesn't it, Pokey?
Huh?
Courage.
Oh, no. No, nothing to it. You see, all you do is just bail out and count 10 and then grab the ring. The ring's right over your heart.
My heart would be up in my throat.
Yeah, well, then you'd probably grab your throat and choke yourself to death. You know, I thought of that right out of my head.
You're wonderful.
Oh, look. Yeah. Simple.
You know, seriously, Pokey, that's why I came up here. Can I do that?
Why do you want to do it?
Oh, I have a reason.
Well, there's no dough in it. I mean, you can't make any money.
I don't want to make money. I want to make one jump, that's all. Just one jump.
So, I think if I can get it for $40, we'll have something, but...
Well, hello. This is a surprise.
It's fancy seeing me here.
Yes, fancy.
You come over to see how the poor folks live?
Oh, not exactly. I came over to see Pokey and some of his parachute jumps. He spent most of the time talking about the great you and your ship.
Did he show you the plans for our ship?
What was that?
Or maybe you were interested in taking away my best mechanic.
Well, I guess that's my cue for a takeoff. Nice to have seen you again. Goodbye, Pokey.
You ought to be poked in the nose. What do you mean accusing her of trying to steal the plans for the ship and take me away from you?
Figure it out for yourself.
What's it all about?
Just the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I'm afraid you're right. I think she's all right, but you better get a little altitude before you start out.
Okay, Pokey.
Wait till you see what happens. intestinal fortitude. She's gonna do a parachute jump. Trying to do. Look at that. Why, that crazy fool, that girl's gonna get hurt. If she doesn't jump off.
Looks like he's going wrong.
All right. Check my left bank, please.
This strong American heiress has become well known in aviation circles. Here comes another entry in the Stanley Cup race. The Edwards Meteor, which will be flown by Dick Bennett, famous transport pilot of Consolidated Airlines. Bill Edwards, designer of the
I don't know.
stepping out of the cockpit. The ensuing race will be watched with interest by government officials, heads of aviation companies, soldiers, sailors, sweethearts.
Can't find him down. Do you hold up the rings? Not a chance.
It's Bill.
Only 15 minutes. I knew he'll be here by then. I'm sorry, we have to run this meet on schedule. If you want to enter your plane in the race, you'll have to leave right on the dot.
All right, I'll drive myself.
You have a dual permit.
Well, that's funny. I wonder if anything's wrong.
What happened? Brown stuck me. Well, what for? I don't know. He must have been doing something to the plane.
Well, Bill's gonna fly that plane. We gotta stop him. Can you make it?
Sure, I'm okay. Let's go.
Attention, please. If Dick Bennett is in the stands, will he kindly come to the judges' box at once? There he goes. Good luck to a daring flyer. Attention, please. Attention, please. There is a change of pilots on plane number 5 at the starting line.
Back for our menu, and one of our team members will stop by shortly for your order. If you would like to order additional menu items, please hit the flight attendant call button at any time. It will be
Bill's
open
gonna fly his own plane.
Bill's not a racing pilot. I wonder what happened to Dick. There goes Billy. Building of this plane at Lakeview Airport nearby.
knocked Dick out.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I found Dick in the hay.
impossible's being done, Dick. You know that.
But he's been unconscious for 4 days.
Here's the nurse.
Nurse, what does the doctor say?
Well, the doctor will be out in just a moment.
This is all mine.
No, it isn't, Miss Gale. Honest it isn't. You couldn't help it.
Yes, I could. I brought Hager to America.
Hager will get his.
That doesn't help Bill much.
If I could only see Bill, if I could only talk to him. There's so much he doesn't understand. Doctor, how is he?
He can't live over 48 hours.
Oh, there must be someone somewhere who can help him.
Here in England, there might be a chance.
What do you mean?
Dr. Crowder of London has just perfected the serum for cases like this. You say he'll live 48 hours? I would say so. Jack, I want your plane.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going after that serum.
All right, you can have it, but I'm going with you.
Dick, to London and back, it's impossible.
You love that fellow in there, don't you? So do we.
Come on, Jack, let's go.
How much you putting on?
All she'll take. How much gas do we got?
All she'll take, Dick. They're filling it up. 1,300 gallons.
So long, Porky. See you day after tomorrow.
So long, Dick.
Hey, Dick. Bring me back a pound of tea, will you? Okay.
So long, fellas. Happy landing.
Boy, she sure is a honey.
Certainly is a lot different from the old days, isn't it, Dick? When ships used to be made of cheesecloth, baling wire, fishing pole. I wouldn't taxi one of those crates on the ground on a bet today with a parachute on.
All eyes are centered upon the flight of Dick Bennett, crack pilot for the Consolidated Airlines, who planed out this morning for London in a desperate effort to save the life of Bill Edwards. Before taking off, Bennett said he would be back in less than 48 hours. This will be the first flight of its kind ever before attended. Good luck, Dick Bennett, and speedy return.
I figure we're about halfway over, Dick. We've been out 10 hours now.
That's just about right. You've just picked up by shortwave the information that Dick Bennett has been sighted at the coastline in the south of England. He cut inland for Croydon, where he undoubtedly will land in a very few minutes. We will announce his arrival to the station just as soon as the news is flashed to us.
congratulate you. Thank you, Sir Charles. Here is the serum. I talked with Dr. Harvey of transatlantic phone this morning. He understands the treatment perfectly.
You don't know what this means to us, Doctor.
My contribution is very small compared with yours.
A new record in transatlantic flying was established today when Dick Bennett landed at Croydon Airport, England.
Hey, Miss.
They made it! They made it! They're there! They're in London! They're in England! Hey! Hey, they made it! You made what, you old flying fool!
Takes a bill, sir. Good. Here's a weather report, sir. Terrific storm over the Atlantic, and the Air Ministry advises you wait.
We can't wait. Thank you just the same, though.
Man, you'll never do it.
That's what they told us when we left America. Goodbye, Doctor. Goodbye, Bennett, and the best of luck. Thank you. Goodbye, sir. Yes, thank you.
Latest news of the transatlantic flyers. Dick Bennett and George Carter, who landed at Croydon after a 21-hour flight across the Atlantic, took off almost immediately, waiting just long enough to pick up the serum and refuel their plane. The takeoff was made despite warnings from the British Air Ministry of dangerous storms now raging over the Atlantic.
Look, the oil temperature's fine.
It's all right.
News bulletin. There's been no further word from Bennett and Carter.
About 13 hours, Dick. We're not making the time that we did on the trip over.
Crash. No word has been heard from Dick Bennett and Jack Carter, who are battling the elements in a desperate effort to fly back from London in time to save the life of Bill Edwards.
Using an awful lot of gas, Dick. Getting kind of low.
Maybe we better throttle back a little.
You hear that?
What?
News broadcast just says we're lost.
Maybe they're right. How long have we been out? 18 hours?
It's all right. Got some hot music here. That put the radio set out of whack.
Oh, gone out, but that fork his teeth.
Flash, we have just learned that Washington has ordered Coast Guard cutters to render every possible service in establishing contact with Dick Bennett, who is piloting his plane through terrific storms across the Atlantic Ocean. Several Coast Guard cutters steamed out of Boston Bay this morning in a valiant effort to contact the plane.
You are listening to 2GC Australia, bringing you the latest news of the day. Ici Paris, Tour Eiffel.
Due to heavy storms at sea, all efforts to communicate with Dick Bennett have been blocked.
Du Mont from Croydon, England, on a record-breaking flight. Voici la dernière nouvelle de Bennett et Carter. Continuons
日本神戸放送局でございます。No word has been received from Dick Bennett and Jack Carter. アメリカ飛行家、Bennett および Carter.
Amateur wireless operators are requested to stand by for possible contact with the missing plane.
Aviateurs américains partis de Croydon.
Because of the unusual storm area that now.
英国クロイドン飛行場を出発して以来、Angleterre, voyage transoceanique. Great anxiety expressed for Non d'allocation au passé. Les autorités de l'aéroport de Croydon se portent d'entrée en contact avec Bennett et Carter.
Give me the morning news. Might as well pull up the thing. Those guys are gone now. Take it easy, will you? Another crack like that out of you and you'll be gone.
Honeycomb on paper, Pokey. This thing is getting sort of lot. Those guys are gone, aren't they? Can I quote you on that?
You asked for it.
Hello? Yeah? Southfield? All ships give Bennett plane sitting down on Southfield preference. Remain in air and on the field until advised.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that one? They're telling you they're in. They're in. You can print that. No way. Give me the Samaritan Hospital. Hello, let me talk to Miss Strong.
Hello. Honey, it's for you. Hello? Yes, Pokey.
Gail, they're here.
Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure.
Oh, it's them. Get the doctor. Oh, Pokey, I'm so happy.
Happy? Well, what are you crying for? Dame Slamey. You always cry when you're happy.
Got any coffee for us, Mary?
You bet. Coming right up.
Hey, fellas. You read about these two are going to fly across the Atlantic Ocean and back? They never make it.
Alright, welcome back to the flight deck. We're almost getting ready for our descent. I'll just grab the current weather and see how it's looking. More than a few notes here, so could be interesting. Throw it into the chat. See, it's automated weather, but it's 080 at 8 knots, so we're good for runway 08 that we're going in on. A little bit of vertical visibility and visibility issues, some low cloud, and it's still pretty hot, 28 degrees, 1011, and looks like we're going to be getting some rain coming in over the next little while, so it'll be interesting to see what we hit on the way down. Just going to put the 1011 into the standby, so we've got it there. We're going to get rid of the map. We're basically going straight ahead, and then we're going to do that dogleg DME arc that we've got built in. And we can start entering in our information here. So we'll go over to our approach phase. 1011 is the altimeter that we're going to be having when we get there, and again it's going to be 28 degrees on the ground. 30 and above we cannot retract flaps fully. It's due to hydraulic fluid expansion in the heat and overpressurization of seals and everything like that. Winds are 080 at 8. Here we've got 080 at 10. Just update that. 080 at 8. Transition level at 3,000 feet is good. For our barrel or our minimums, the barrel minimums on the ILS straight in Class C aircraft, 308 feet. And that is now all set up. Go over here to right now, just check for our frequency. 110.3 and 110.3, 84 degrees is correct, and a 3-degree glide slope is what it is programmed for, so that is all correct. We can tune in the local frequency, it's already done there, 115.95, so that will give us the VOR at the airfield. That is good. You can also come over here, go to our fix info, and we can enter in a fix. I believe this is how we would do it. No. Okay, we can do the airfield, SOCA. And we want a 25-mile radius around there. So there we go. And if we come back up, we can see we've got a 25-mile radius around the airport, which is our MSA, which for the most part is 2,500 feet. But the direction we are coming in, we are good at 2,000. So that is all looking good. We're also going to go right down to our platform altitude. We'll set 1,700, so we can set that up now. $1,700 is set. We're still on 122H. ATC is not online. So again, we're basically going to fly down to that last point there, and then we'll make the left turns coming around the DME arc to intercept the ILS at 1,700 feet. What I'm going to quickly check is we did change this. That is hard altitude set 2,000. That is correct. All right. So we're good there. Fuel is looking good. 6,200 on board at the moment, more than enough. So for the descent, we're going to make sure we don't exceed 280 knots as we head downwards. And we've still got plenty of space between Kevin and myself. Should not be an issue. 15 miles to top of descent. About 5 miles out we'll start, and that'll give us a slight decrease until we intercept the path. And then we'll be good. Clouds are starting to build up here at the coast. But other than that, it is all looking good. Miles to go. Sorry about that, didn't quite catch that in time on the mute button. Alright, there's 4 miles. We're going to start down now. Cayenne area traffic, Skyways 5556, leaving flight level 350. Inbound from the DMER. ILS Yankee runway is 08.
To assist with customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
There's the path indicator coming in, and we'll drop down to a more appropriate down angle. There we go. Got a nice little moon there. Interesting the way they the crescents look different down on the equator than it does further up north. Cool. It's 280. So we're going to grab our speed, hold it at 280. Looks like we'll have to add a little bit of drag to keep that down. And there's no altitude restrictions on the way down, so we're heading right down to 2,000. Like I was saying in chat, French Guiana is where the European Space Agency launches its those Ariane 5 rockets. So the bottom piece of the pie here on the circle is a 2,500 foot minimum safe altitude, but when we get up about the 730 position over here, it's actually down to 2,000, so we'll be fine coming in. And we are landing up by the coast. I am well aware. I do think this is one of the things they've got to adjust in their calculations. I think the descents are left a little too late and a little too steep. Because every time you've got to use speed brake, or else she just accelerates away. I think she's going a little too steeply, but that's part of the programming. Decent cloud cover. Decent cloud cover, but you can still see the jungles down here. Yeah, so it is. I do see it up in various places on occasion. I was expecting Brazil to come up. They've been up kind of consistently in the last few times we've been here, so I'm surprised it hasn't. They didn't come up. Getting a little bit of cumulus buildup. As you see ahead, it was in the forecast. Calling for the showers and that's usually thermally driven. There and there, a little bit over there. South America is a big place, though. Venezuela is quite the long way away, still, from where we are. All right, we're through 20,000 feet. I'm going to turn off the radio there. Let's get ready to come in. So, arrival and weather data is set. Nav data is matching. We are on the proper approach and it's programmed in for the DME. Our MCD approach page is completed. Radios are set. Anti is not required, not at these temperatures. FCP is as required. Altimeters 1011 is set as a standby. We're still on standard for a little while. Approach has been briefed. And auto brake. We're going to go auto brakes 2 just to make sure we can get off the backtracking too far. To Venezuela. I think we head to the islands actually on the next leg. So we're coming down. Let me do a quick check. Where do we head next? Yeah, we're heading up into the Caribbean after the next one. So we're leaving South America. Right. So everything is looking good. I'm going to switch over now, let everything Get itself sorted out. Go back into manage speed. Just try to keep her on that 280 mark. We're gonna have to come back to 250 shortly anyway, as we are about to cross that 10,000 foot mark. A little bit of cloud, shouldn't be too bad. Might be a little slightly bumpy as we come in. Alright, so make sure the seatbelts are on in the back. See if we get any turbulence.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Alright, 10,000 feet's coming up. We'll get the lights on. Everything else is set. And come down here, get the landing systems up. Alright, we're accelerating down now.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
Oh, we're just hitting the 3-hour mark on the flight. They said it was 3 hours and 20 minutes. So we're not doing too bad. There's our turn. And we're now on the DME arc. Still wants to keep accelerating, so we're going to take over 240. Again, we're going to try to exit by Echo. Charlie if we can do it, Echo if we can't. Any more than that, we will have to backtrack. And let's activate approach phase. Start slowing down even more, down to green dot. Slowly working our way down. Be nice if this just flew this as a nice smooth arc rather than straight legs per section. 4,000 feet to go. Definitely running through a little bit of light cloud down here, but nothing too major. We will go to flaps 1 before we make that steep, sharp right turn for the ILS. But both the ILS and the glide slope are showing, so we will arm approach mode. 7.5 miles to the intercept. Airport's pretty much off our right wing right now. We'll go localizer only at the moment. Let the glide slope get above us. Go. And approach mode armed. Turning in for the intercept.
2,500.
And flaps 1. And a little bit of cloud deck moving in. The airport. .4 miles. Localizer. Cayenne area traffic, skyways 55, 56 established on the localizer for runway 08, 8 miles. Alright, the spoilers up. Lights are all on, cabin is notified. It's gear and flaps now. And there's 1 dot above, so flaps 2. Gear down. Glide slope intercept, and glide slope is captured. Flaps 3. And there's 4 miles, flaps full. Gear down 3 green, flaps full, speed brake, arm lights are on, cabin is notified, landing memo, no blue. Cayenne area traffic, Skyways 5556, fully established, ILS 08 Cayenne. Oh, it's Cayenne, Cyan.
$1,000.
A little bit of sunlight on the green jungle there. You can definitely see the little patches of rain in the area, and low cloud.
$500.
I have control.
$100 above.
There's the treetops. Oh, bushes right on the end of the runway. What the hell?
Minimum.
Landing. I don't think that's accurate.
100.
Flight slope.
40. 30. 20. Retard.
Down full reverse, auto brakes medium. $60 knots, reversers idle. Auto brake off, plenty of room. Gonna get off at Charlie. Oh yeah, could have landed on auto brake slow. Kevin was getting me all worried with his calculations there.
The local time is 2:40 p.m. and it's currently about 29 degrees.
I know, too green to be
You can now
Cayenne.
use your mobile
Yeah,
devices.
very green.
Please remain seated until the aircraft
You better
is
get down
completely
soon.
stopped
You could
and
get caught in the rain.
turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us.
And I am going to gate 1. Oh, actually, I'm going to gate 2 by the looks of it. Alright, flaps up. Here, Cayenne area traffic, Skyways 5556 clear, runway 08. Alright, we'll head over to gate 2 here, where they seem to be waiting for me. 2 more degrees and we could not retract the flaps all the way. No, not going towards you. That's what caused problems at the last place. Staying on the line. And there we go. Alright, so brakes are set. Come down here and let's get our support out. It's GPU and chocks.
You need to stop the engines to request ground
Oh,
services.
yeah. Alright, so GPU is on. It's engines off. Beacons off. Taxi light off. Ground equipment coming in. Fuel pumps are all off. And landing systems and flight directors are off. See? Told you. This guy gets around. Same guy works it at all the places. Alright. Let's get them
The boarding
deboarding.
requested.
And, well, that's going to do it for us, guys. We are here. We are down. See? This is where it gets frustrating with this. Give it back. Alright. Well, that's going to do it. Kevin, thanks for flying. Thanks, everybody, for popping in the chat to see how it was going. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, 1000 Zulu, for our F1 trip from Kuala Lumpur to Baku in Azerbaijan. Hope you enjoy, and we will see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Passengers report.